Hello and welcome. This is Brett with Reliable Marketing. And this video is going to cover a specific marketing strategy that we've developed to help dental practices generate new patients at an amazingly low cost. And I gotta tell you, even with 5+ years of experience in advertising on Facebook and other mediums, this system has exceeded our expectations wildly. We've been able to consistently generate high-value patients booked into the calendar for less than $9 a piece using this system with multiple dental practices. So this system is proven, reliable, consistent, and very powerful. If you're looking for a way to bring in new patients for your high-value services such as sedation dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, braces, and the like, pay close attention to this video because I'm going to show you how to do just that. So we've been working in partnership with multiple dental practices to create a marketing system that's consistent, reliable, and trackable, and that works in today's changing marketplace. With the old methods becoming increasingly less effective and social media rising as a primary advertising platform, our first dental partner actually reached out to us for our experience and reputation with Facebook advertising to develop a social approach to attracting new patients. And the results have been absolutely amazing. So most dental practices are still relying on outdated methods to get new patients, and as a result, they're getting less and less business from those long trusted sources. And we found that most practices rely on referrals, mailers, Google ads, and sometimes television, billboards, and things like that. And right now we're going to cover some of the challenges associated with each of them, and these are challenges you're probably already experiencing if you've tried them at all. So referrals, first of all, are great. It's great to get referrals and it's awesome, but sometimes they just aren't very consistent. When they're coming in, that's always great, but when they're not, you end up in trouble if you are relying on them. Plus, to grow and scale a practice, and if you're interested in opening new locations, it will generally require an effective and refined paid advertising system. So next, there's mailers or postcards, which can work okay with a good offer. But there's a ton of wasted money because you're sending them to people who aren't even in the market for what you're offering, and usually you can't even track and monitor the return on your investment very accurately. I've even heard of multi-$1,000 mail campaigns delivering 0 new paying patients. Next, there's Google ads, and these can work okay too, but there's a few main problems. Number one, you can't control how many people search for dentistry per month, or how many people search for your keywords. So the amount of traffic is inherently limited, and you don't have any control over how much traffic there is. You basically only have access to the people who go to Google and type in the keywords that your AdWords contractor or yourself has chosen. Number two, when you run Google ads, you end up competing against every other dentist in your area who's running ads, which is usually a lot of them. You're competing on price, meaning the people bidding on the keywords, the higher the price goes, and you're competing on the actual message of the ad, which is a whole nother story. So your ad has to really stand out from the other 3 or 4 that show up right above and below it. So in marketing, we call this a red ocean. And the ocean is red because the intense battle that's happening there. And that's what Google's are for dental practices. Your ad has to really stand out from the other 3 or 4 that show up right above and below it just to have a chance. And number 3, Google ads are actually pretty expensive. Here where I live in Chandler, Arizona, and our business is based, each click for keywords related to dentistry will run you about $10 a piece or more. And that seems to be about the average. And that wouldn't be that bad if every person who clicked became a client. But the reality is that less than 1 out of 10 who click your ad and visit your page are even going to contact you at all. So now your cost for just a contact is going to be around $100 a piece. And the people who contact you, not all of them will ever schedule an appointment or become clients anyway. So, with AdWords, you usually end up paying hundreds just to get one new person in the door. And to make this worse, most dental websites aren't set up to actually capture leads, and most Google AdWords contractors don't track and report the results of their campaigns very clearly. So it's not uncommon for dental practices to be spending thousands in fees and ad spend and never even know if it's working or not. So now let's talk about the opportunity with Facebook advertising and the system that we've developed for dental practices, and how this system is able to generate new patient consultations booked into your calendar for $9 or less a piece. So Facebook is quickly becoming one of the largest advertising platforms in the world, and is definitely one of the most cost-effective right now. We've been running Facebook advertising campaigns for businesses for over 3 years, and we've generally seen the cost with Facebook ads are about 1/4 the cost of AdWords, and often considerably lower than that. So for starters, to give you a little bit of background about how Facebook advertising works, I want to first make the distinction between posting from your Facebook page and actually running Facebook ads. So a Facebook post from your business page is limited because it only goes to the people who already follow your page, and sometimes to their friends, but only if they like or post on your comment, or comment on your post. So basically the reach there is very limited. Not a lot of people are going to see it. But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about posting from your page. We're talking about running paid ads on Facebook. So a Facebook ad is a paid advertising medium where your ad shows up in the Facebook news feed of your target audience. So they see it while they're scrolling through, looking at what their friends are saying. And you can pay pennies to reach the people near you in your local area in your target demographic. They don't have to be following your page already to see your ads. So you can reach lots of qualified people and make them offers. So why would you want to use Facebook ads specifically? First of all, most dental practices aren't doing it yet. And most of them that are doing it haven't figured out how to make it work yet. But we have. And so that means you aren't competing to display your ads on Facebook because most dental practices aren't there yet. You aren't competing on the price or on the message. And the sooner that you start, the easier it will be to gain traction in the market. Second, with Facebook, you have full control over the amount of leads that you generate. You don't have to wait for people to search for you and then compete against other local practices. You can actually send your offer to as many people as you want at a remarkably low cost. Next, the cost is significantly lower than all other options that we've seen. We've seen the cost is generally 1/4 the cost of Google ads or less, and the return is much higher. So if a click on a Google ad would cost $10, then a click on a Facebook ad would usually cost $2.50 or less. And if a lead on a Google ad cost $100, then a lead on Facebook would generally cost $25 or less. And that's before we optimize the post-ad process, where in some cases we can generate a lead for 1/10 of the cost of a Google lead, which is the case with our dental marketing campaigns, where we're generating leads at an average of $9 a piece. And on top of that, Facebook allows you to follow up with everyone who considers your offer with something called retargeting. And retargeting means when someone clicks on your ad, even if they don't follow through and claim your offer, those people are earmarked since they've expressed interest by clicking. So we can then send them more ads at a fraction of the cost to follow up with them. And this really increases the effectiveness of your campaign because you can follow up directly with those people who've shown interest. So it's like if you could magically know who is excited to get your postcard or your mailer and who had considered taking that offer, and then follow up with those people specifically. My girlfriend got a mailer from a local dental practice offering teeth whitening, and she kept the postcard because she wanted to use it, but then when the time came, she completely forgot about it and ended up taking her business somewhere else. So if she'd gotten just one reminder or follow-up from that practice, they would probably have her as a patient right now. Now, unlike most other forms of advertising, with Facebook ads and our proprietary tracking system, we can track exactly how your campaign is performing down to the dollar. We can also see exactly which demographics are responding and target more of those people with ads. And we can see what messages, images, and offers those people respond to, which allows us to make adjustments that continually bring down the cost per lead over time and increase the quality of those leads. And we share that information freely and transparently with our clients. So, how does a Facebook advertising campaign actually look for your dental practice? Well, it starts with an ad on Facebook. And the ad is sent to people in your local area, in your target demographic, which includes age, income level, and interests. And we work with you to determine exactly who's going to be the most profitable target audience and what services you want to sell most. Then we test that targeting to determine who responds. We also test different ad variants, including text, images, and the actual offer to isolate the elements that work best for your practice. The ad shows up in a user's Facebook newsfeed with an introductory offer, such as a free exam or consultation, whether it's for Invisalign, cosmetic dentistry, sedation dentistry, or whatever your specialty is. Then they're prompted to click the ad to claim your offer. And when they do, two things happen. First, their Facebook profile is instantly tagged in our ads manager, so we can send them more offers in the future straight to their newsfeed. And by clicking on the ad, they're letting us know that they're interested and therefore in the market. So we'll send them what we call those retargeting ads in the future and stay in touch with them. And we call this segment the retargeting pool. And the way Facebook retargeting ads work is that they're significantly less expensive to send follow-up messages to people who already expressed interest. And even better, they're usually more profitable as well. And the second thing that happens when they click your ad is, of course, they're taken to a special page on your website, known as a landing page, which we'll build for you, where they can claim this introductory offer. They'll enter their name and email to claim the offer, and when they do, again, two things are going to happen. First, their name and email will be instantly captured and stored for follow-up purposes, so we can stay in touch with them via email. Automated email sequences to ensure the highest conversion to new patients. Then they're taken to a scheduling page where they're prompted to schedule an appointment using an online scheduling software which we'll set up for you. They'll pick a time based on your availability and submit their phone number as well as their name and email. Next, once they've booked that appointment, they'll receive automated follow-up messages via email to ensure that they show up at their scheduled time. And the amazing thing about this system is that it only takes 2 to 4 minutes or less for a prospect to complete, so they can claim your offer immediately. And they can do it whether they're on their computer or smartphone, and they have accountability to show up with the follow-up messages. And we've put this exact same system to use time and again for our clients, and it consistently delivers leads at a much lower cost than they've ever been able to achieve before. With other dental practices, we've been able to consistently get people to schedule and show up for appointments like this for as little as $6 in ad spend, with the average right now being $9 per booked consultation for high-ticket services such as sedation dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, braces, and the like. So I hope this information in this video has been helpful to you. Now, you can go and build this system on your own or hire someone to do it for you. Now, if you take that route, you can probably get results if you stick with it long enough. It'll just take a lot of time, maybe 6 months to a year, and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars to work out the kinks. You probably have to go through hiring several agencies or contractors to find someone who's really competent and actually knows what they're doing. And the whole thing would probably be a pain. And they'd probably also charge you more than we do for this service. On the other hand, we already have an exact blueprint and execution system to build this campaign for you to work right out of the gate and to keep it working over time. Once we get started with a dental client, it's generally only about 5 to 7 days until high-value leads are coming in and new patients are sitting in your dental chair. So if you're interested in having a campaign like this in place for your practice, I'd like to offer you a one-on-one strategy session where we can discuss in more detail the opportunity of implementing this strategy for your practice. And we'll do this over a 30-minute phone call where I'll be able to answer any questions you have about how the system works and exactly what it'd look like for your practice. Normally, I'd charge $200 for a consultation like this, but I want to give you the opportunity to discuss this with me absolutely free. So if you'd like to schedule a strategy session to go over all of this, then here's what to do next. Go ahead and click the button below this video to schedule a zero-obligation, one-on-one strategy session where we'll get to know each other, go over how everything works, and answer any questions that you have about the system. So go ahead and click the button below right now and schedule a one-on-one strategy session with me, and let's talk. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to talking with you very soon.